Sister Ghost. Got a little thinning out. See a little debris scattered around. Pile it over here, pile over there. Didn't do a lot. Oh, Mr. Bunny. Miss Bunny. This time of year as I move around, it's when I do most of my trimming, pruning, what do you want to call it. Really try not to prune, but more trim. Pull back the tree, open it up, try and get what I'd call even color. So as you can see, this tree, the color of the tree is very even. There's no real thick spots of it where it's darker than the other portion of the tree. So kind of airing it out, but not completely stripping it of all its interior growth. You can see inside the tree there's branches, so it gives it nice color. You can see color from both sides of the tree. I find that to be probably the most important thing for me in pruning my trees, is keeping foliage even on the tree. See here, the foliage is even. As in the bonsai world, what they do is for a lot of plants, they count needles, count leaves. So each branch has the same amount of leaves or needles. It gives it more even distribution. The other thing you'll see is I have very thin branches at the end of all my trees. I try not to cut to any big, thick branch. It's all very thin, fine branches at the end of the tree. Matter of fact, the last foot or two of the tree have very thin, like less than a 1/4 inch branching. This allows the tree to not grow as rapidly, so you don't get all the sprouts, like long shoots off of it. You still will, but it limits the amount of the excess growth. So, here you know, Tori Nishiki. There's a painful tree that has no interior branching, just the way it grew. Hannah Patoy, here's a perfect tree that really has no pruning. I mean, occasionally there'll be a long branch coming off the side. I'll bring it back down, try and keep the round habit to it. Purple Ghost. This is a tree I try and keep the top pruned back so that all the, we're into the sun, all of the leaves on the lower portion of it get sunlight so they keep the nice bright color. Again, with the trees, if you're finding that your tree is greening out, it's a red tree, a lot of cases that means you have too much foliage and it's shadowing it, and you're going to have darker leaves. There's Emerald Lace. There's a tree that technically doesn't need any pruning. It has nice beautiful green leaves. Doesn't matter what you do to it. Chantilly Lace. This one got pruned pretty hard today. I've been pruning this one since I've got it. It was left in a display garden, and it was needing, I think, a lot of work. I've got these two big branches right here, this one and this one. Pretty sure this is going to come off here, that's going to come off back here. Bring the tree back, also get rid of these kind of horizontal branches at the front of the tree. But you can see it's starting to get some nice style and shape to the tree. I can see in there's a couple branches interior wise crossing over. Something like that is not desired. It's kind of in the back of the tree, but it adds so much to the tree. If I took it off, there's really nothing growing back there. You can see the branch comes all the way across, gives a lot of the character. If I take this branch off, it would be like losing half the tree. And there's nothing there's no interior growth coming back to make up for it. Whereas when I take this branch off, you'll see I have interior growth here, I have interior growth here, and I have branching coming from the top to pull to make up that what space will be lost. So mostly the top branches here will fill this space as they grow. It'll only take a year, if even that. By this year they'll have to be cut back also. It's a little bit of my thoughts on pruning on particular trees. Beautiful orange color. Nebula. See my waste pile. It's pretty big. It's a couple days worth of work. Plus some piles all over the place. Jerry Schwartz. Shiguribano. Nice tree. Good color of Amagi Shiguri. Autos Dissectum. Get another big hole over there. My hemlock that I tried, didn't make it, but I kind of knew it when I took it out of the pot. It was without a root ball. Sometimes that happens. I've got this thing out. Look at this thing. Yeah, you can kind of see why it died. It didn't really have any roots. There was a giant root going off the back, and that was it. It happens. Nice Skeeter's broom. Purple one over there. Big, tall peeve starfish. Little mini twist. I sure hope this thing isn't telling me it's done, but nice new growth coming out on the blue pearl. Not very blue this year. For blue though, the Karoo Japanese white pine. Nice black color, dark purple. Sumigaki. No, not Sumigaki. Oh, shoot. Sumigaki. Yeah. No. I'm losing track. Too many names. Karsten Winter Gold. My friend John Santos is going to be mad. It's that purple one's his favorite tree. He's got like 3 of them. And I'm still brain dead as to that. Again, here's another tree that needs a little bit of pruning. I'll take these branches, pull them back so it doesn't outgrow its space. We'll keep these lower, but I'll take the top back, push it back, keep the lower portions. That keeps less dieback in the back inside the tree. Also keeps the tree in the space. So like these antennas that are coming off of the top, I'll take those off. I don't really need the tree any taller, but I really don't want to get rid of any of the foliage. When I first got this, I opened it up and I had, oh, it's really cool because it's old. It's like 50 years old and in great shape. But doing that, I lost this beautiful coloration of summertime. So spring and summer and fall. So sometimes pruning a tree that one particular way where you just open it all up and take it all to show the structure really isn't the best for that particular tree, that cultivar. Peeve starfish. Here's a tree that, I guess other than pulling back along antennas, keep it thicker, really minimal pruning to it. Amber Ghost. Once it gets to a bigger stage, you really wouldn't prune it until it starts outgrowing its selected silhouette that you want, the shape, size. You know, some trees get to a point like this Purple Ghost, big Purple Ghost. It's starting to outgrow its space. It's invading onto my neighbor's yard a little bit, and so I have to bring it in. In essence, comment prune up a Japanese maple is not really what I like. I try and prune back. Try and bring it down. Now this one's to the size. Now the top of it, I can't get to. And so it really doesn't get pruned. But there aren't too many of the new cultivars where you really are going to get to that size until they're 40, 50 years old. Or like that Purple Ghost came out of Talon's personal yard, so it was huge to start with. And nurseries like that, growers, they over fertilize. Well, to their mind they don't over fertilize. To my mind they do. Beautiful red. Shayna. Nice and quiet. Jerry Schwartz is struggling, but he'll make it. Probably have to move it to the back. Doesn't really look like a front row piece. Now this little strawberry Jerry Schwartz looks wonderful. We got a little tree collision going on here. My sister Ghost and Hinotori Nishiki are colliding together. I'll have to do a little moving and rearranging. Don't really want to prune either one of them. Sister Ghost is a interesting one to prune. We actually started with that one, so you can see it's got some elongated growth that you have to pull back, or it gets so elongated it lays down. So if you want some height out of the tree, you really have to prune it back. I'll actually show you. I think I got some pruners here. You take it back here so it stands up. Keep these back a little bit. I'm not too happy with this being blank as it is. You know, that's one of the things the growers do it the last year. They really heavily fertilize them so they get big full top. But then you have multiple leaders and it's awkward to have a nice shaped tree afterwards. So you can always kind of prune my way through it. And this branch here probably comes off in the end, and the height of the tree drops down, which I hate to take height out of a tree, but eventually 1 or 2 years it grows back. And then I have a trunk that will have branching on it, so no blank branch. Again, that's something that the growers do, where the heavy fertilization of the tree causes the excess growth. This is what I call just an ugly tree. They overgrew it a couple years. You can see these long blank trunks that are just like and then you got like spotty foliage. So this tree here I struggle with. I love the foliage, I love the size, but it's like, it's like needs foliage, you know. I see these trees where people have cut all the branches up and then they got the canopy on top, and it's like, yeah, well, that's nice, but really Amagi Shigure, this is Celebration, you know, these variegated trees, the color is really best at eye level. You know, any of them, even just the basic reds, having that red coloration at eye level is a lot nicer than just looking at blank trunks. You get the wintertime to look at the blank trunks. Yeah. That's fire, dragon fire. I did a lot of cleaning up. This one again, don't necessarily like to prune it this thin, and I really wouldn't do it very often. But I had some, as you can see, some bald spots on the top, so I really needed to pull it back, get some of these branches in the back to grow across the tree to bring some coverage to it. And the way to do it is I have to cut these back so that they don't droop. So I got to cut it clear back to here, or back here, probably back to here, so the tree's branch is strong enough to come over the top. And see, like here, got a nice high branch, but it's somewhat higher than the silhouette. So now I've got this like branch here that it's kind of out of the picture, but I don't want to cut it too far back because I need to get the branch to get sunlight, and it might not make it if I take all the foliage off. So it's always this happy medium of getting things where you want them to be and moving them around, layering them. And you can see I got what I call a dark spot. You can see it's darker right here, which would be fine on this tree because it would be all dark. So then it comes into as to which branch I'm going to take off. And then back here, I got a branch coming across here that, priority, which one's going to take it? One of these two branches, these little branches, will come off. Most likely this branch, because it's growing, or no, this will stay on. This one will come off because it's going across this tree and this is growing out at me, which is what I'm going to like. And actually, as I look at it, I'm going to say that comes off. Yeah, it comes out. Because I didn't like that looks of that branch cutting across. The foliage of this, again, of this tree will crumb back. It won't gross back a lot. Here's another branch you can see way inside. It's not going to do any good, but I'm going to take it off here because I see there's a branch going across that way, and it may grow back into the tree. A little bit of pruning. It's not too easy to prune and talk. That'll be nice. Dinner time.